I grew up with Ferris. I mean, Ferris has always been there. I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up in the 40s. My idea of Ferris students, obviously it's changed now, but my idea of Ferris students is still that way because it's indelibly etched into my memory as a child. All the Ferris students were World War II vets. They were all veterans, you know. And of course I was 6, 7, 8 years old, something like that. And I thought they were old guys, but they probably were like 22 or 24. Actually older than the kids now. But that's my idea of Ferris. The age of the students have gone down since I've been here. My largest memory of Ferris was watching it burn down. I was like 10 years old, and I grew up on the east side of the river. We were playing in the backyard. I think it was in the wintertime, probably February or March or something like that. And playing in the backyard at Jack Dane's black backyard, and saw these flames. So we didn't exactly know where they were coming from. So we ran over there, and down it was coming. It was quite an ordeal, I can tell you that. It was very eventful. Yeah. In fact, I don't know if you know, you probably do know this, but I've always heard that they became a state college just before that. And, you know, my perspective of Ferris, remember first, when I was a kid, you know, it was just a red brick school on a hill when I was a child. And it had it was the gymnasium. It's called the Alumni Building now, but that was the gymnasium when I was a kid. We used to play our high school basketball games there and such. And to see that one brick, that schoolhouse that was made of brick, grow to what Ferris is, I mean, it boggles the mind. I wanted to go to college. None of my family went to college. I was the first of all the cousins. I was kind of in the last 3/4 of my family of cousins, if you know what I mean. Of all my cousins, I was the first one to graduate from high school, you know. So I wanted to go to Ferris and didn't exactly know what I wanted to be, but I wanted to go to Ferris. Couldn't really afford it, to be honest with you. So I joined the service, but that is Marine Corps builds men. As you can see, they overbuilt me. I was still in construction when I got out. But how I got to Ferris was, I started out in a community college, got a Henry Ford Community College, got associates in business there. I wanted to be an accountant. Well, as a meat cutter for A&P, working full-time, working midnights. Well, accounting is kind of a grueling program. So I switched to marketing, which I'm not demeaning marketing or anything, but I just couldn't handle accounting and working midnights and never sleeping, you know what I mean? So I vowed to myself if I ever got the opportunity to get an accounting degree, I would do it. So I owned a business. I sold the business at a pretty handsome profit, and I was able to go to Ferris for a while, a year or so, to get my accounting degree. So that's how I went to Ferris, but I always wanted to go to Ferris. Ferris was always my first choice as college. Was an attorney for a long time. I was an attorney for about 25 years. And I was 66 years old, thinking about retirement. And a new judge slot opened. And so I don't know how much I thought about it. I really didn't think to it. In fact, I thought I was going to run for county commission, to tell you the truth. But I had some police officers. I was a defense attorney, and I had police officers. Maybe I was such a poor defense attorney that they wanted me to be the judge. I don't know, but that's not true because I was pretty successful in trials. But police officers came to me, and some other attorneys came to me and said, you know, we'd like you to run for this, and like you to be the judge. And so that's what I did. So I ran for it and won. So I was fortunate. So I'll always be eternally grateful for people voting for me. We would cover 2 counties. We cover Mecosta and Osceola County. And in our court, my fellow judge, well, I have other fellow judges, but my fellow circuit court judge is Scott Hill Kennedy. Wonderful guy. we cover the 2 counties. We handle felonies, any claim over $25,000, equitable things like divorces and things of that nature, land disputes, boundary disputes, employment things of that nature, and that's our area of the law. I work, like yesterday I worked in district court, Friday I had a probate case, and so we move around and everybody does everything, and it really works out well. Makes everybody well-rounded. It's a good concept, pretty good concept. I'll tell you one thing about Ferris accounting degree. When I, on occasion, it doesn't often come up, but sometimes it does. On occasion, when I say I got an accounting degree from Ferris, it's always held in high esteem. They say that people in the accounting field feel that Ferris is one of the best accounting colleges or universities in the nation, and I believe it's true. That is certainly unique, that when you say you have an accounting degree from Ferris, it's notable and people recognize the fact that it has amount of value, because it's one of the, if not the best, it's one of the best accounting colleges around. When you have an organization like Ferris, an institution like Ferris, you know, when you get a degree from actually anywhere, particularly Ferris, because there's so many of us still around, there's a camaraderie that's born, and it just it gives you a sense of community and sense of belonging, a sense of well-being. So that's a real reason. Do it for personal reasons. Do it for your own self-interest. That if you have people that have the same thing in common, then you should stick together. That's why I would do it. That's why I do it. But if you could find a Ferris alum that has been successful and has a successful experience at Ferris, tie yourself to their coattails while they're lead, and I'm certainly going to be successful.